So I'm out here, I got some new stuff for my trailer, including this toolbox, which goes up here where the winch is. So here's that all in pieces, and then here's this Defender gooseneck coupler by B&W Hitches. You can see it's pretty sweet. It has a lock built in, so you don't have to worry about anybody stealing your stuff. You just lock it up, and that's that. So what I'm actually going to do now to make them match the rest of the trailer, you can see the rest of the trailer has a nice little rusty finish to it. I'm actually going to cheat and make my own little concoction of white vinegar, salt, and just some water. And a garden sprayer here. I got maybe 1/4 of a gallon of vinegar, I don't know, half a cup of salt, and then I'm gonna add a gallon of water, and I'm just gonna let it soak on there. Now these parts are pretty much all clean. This has been sandblasted, and these you can see are already starting to rust, so there shouldn't be much oil scale on them, besides from my fingers now. But anyway, that's that. So let's get to it. So you can see here that there is this garden sprayer, and when you get to the bottom of these garden sprayers, they leave about that much stuff on the bottom. So what I did now is I took some general hydrogen peroxide. You can buy this at Walmart for like $1. Poured half of it in here, and then filled the other half with what was left in here, which is vinegar, water, and salt. And then this combination together, mixed it up, sprayed it on, and now you can see that it's giving it a nice rust. Has a little bit more right there versus right there. You know, I just kind of sprayed it, and this hydrogen peroxide, after the vinegar and water set on it overnight, really starts to etch in. So it's still a little bit fragile. You can see that you can kind of rub it away, but you let it sit in there, and then get it a little bit overly rusty, brush it off quick, and then you can paint it, clear it, and it'll give it this nice rusted finish in a fast amount of time. Now when I did the trailer, I just let nature do its course. But I don't have a couple months to wait, so I'm doing this, and it should be pretty close. I had to make quite a few changes to this upper toolbox riser that I ordered from PJ Trailers. You can see that this is just clamped onto here, onto this flange here. I guess it's really kind of hard to explain unless you know how it works. But anyways, I trimmed it down, made it fit, and then you can see here that I have this rubber grommet, which I made, which is for the winch plate. The cable goes through there, that mounts there. So what I'm gonna do is just cut a slit in here for the cable to come through. And then the winch mounts in here. You can see I'm skip welding this. A couple places I did weld the entire length of it. And the next step is to figure out how to hinge and mount the lid. Chuki beat. Here's a Jazz Products race jug for fuel. Well, it's not recommended for fuel, but that's what that is. I got some LED lights that I'm gonna mount on the trailer, and some Airmaxxx spare compressors, an extra bag, some lines, some gauges, and a Milwaukee toolbox. So I'm actually gonna paint those so that they sort of match the rest of the trailer and blend in, rather than looking new. And then I also have to do that same thing with the RACERAMPS because they're black, so I'm gonna have to patina those out. So I got some paint here and some 415 self-etch primer that I'm gonna use. So now, self-etching primer is crucial to be used on plastic if you're not using dedicated plastic paint. And I'm also going to etch the plastic parts with vinegar. I've read you can do it with like acetone or other stuff, but that seems a little harsh, so I'm just gonna degrease it and then etch it with vinegar, and then use that self-etch as well, and it should stick good. Alright, so I'm doing this self-etch primer. I have one coat on. You can see it's just starting to cover, and it took one can, so I suspect it's going to take one can per coat. You can see I got my makeshift paint booth set up here. The fan there. Yeehaw! I washed those, now they're drying. I'm living off of coffee and energy drinks right now. It is Tuesday, about I'd say 36 hours before I have to leave, and I'm down here painting some race ramps as well as some extra brackets and my new coupler, and I am doing some patina work on these toolboxes and whatnot. You can see that these started as black and I kind of made them look old and rusty. That's more rusty and woody than this, but I think it looks pretty freaking sweet. It's hard to see, but in person it looks really good, so I'm gonna continue that, and once this top dries I'm gonna do the bottom. You can see before and an after, so you can see it just looks more used, which is the look I'm going for. And then I have this jazz jug, which I'm gonna do the same thing. And yeah, I like using these brushes, nice and once they get some dry paint in them, they're nice and stiff and they got a little bit of texture. We'll add some nice scratchy looks. These race ramps turned out okay. You can see that they have a nice little rusty looking kind of finish that'll match the trailer good. It didn't turn out quite as good as I had hoped, but they still look pretty sweet. They look like they're used and old, kind of. That's that. Wish me luck. I got a lot of work to do in the next 36 hours. I don't know what the hell is going on this towel, but I think it's a little ironic that I'm painting and so is he. Looks like he's riding a fucking hippo or some shit. I don't know. And this one's laughing. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they had too many Yukon Launch energy drinks. Made in the USA. Just like me in this fucking car. Woo! Thanks. What the fuck? Here's some stuff for the trailer. Solar panel. A remote for my hydraulic tilt so I can do it from my truck, which will be nice. I don't have to get out while the truck is on the tilt. So it's the day I'm leaving and I'm still getting more packages. UPS, Postal Service, and FedEx will be here before 8 p.m., which is when I'm supposed to leave. So yeah, still got a lot going on here. Finally just put the coolant back in and got my Milwaukee toolboxes patinaed up. The jazz jug there drying. Yeah, got a lot going on. Yeah. Woo!